All right, go for it.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the heck in the world you are. It's the one and only Guerrilla. And I'm here with the one and only El Gustavo, the man who needs no introduction because you've heard him with his silver tongue. The one and only, the Grecian himself, the man from perpetualassets.com who can take your 101k and make it into an actual investable vehicle, put it into your own hands from Perpetual Assets, the one and only Gus Demos. Gus, what's up, buddy?
Happy New Year, brothers. Happy New Year's. New Year's. Jesus Christ.
Happy New Year indeed, man. There's so many things going on. Dude, I don't know if you're up on that QAnon stuff, are you?
Elaborate.
Oh, dude, there's a dude named QAnon. Have you heard of QAnon?
I have not.
Okay. We need to pick yourself up off the dance floor, covered in booze.
He's been covered in booze.
I'm going to take the cold filtered water. I'm going to let you drink it. I'm going to sit you down, give you a cup of coffee, and I'm going to tell you who this QAnon guy is. Okay, this QAnon guy.
He's not a Vegas blackjack dealer, is he?
No, it sounds like it, right? It sounds like somebody, like some seedy individual in a back alley somewhere in Vegas, but it's not. He's some sort of government insider who has what's called Q level clearance, and he's been like posting on 4chan and 8chan and these chants, these message boards, and he would write some stuff very cryptically. Very cryptically, he would write some things, and you would see what he writes about would turn around and happen within a day or two or within a week or so. It's just incredible. Okay. I mean, dude, there are people getting arrested left and right now. You heard about the fire at the Clinton's house?
Are you saying he's kind of like a Snowden? Like,
dude, he is not really. He's an authorized Snowden.
He's still inside and he's leaking.
He's in the White House.
Wow.
He's in the White House, and he's been sanctioned by the good guys to leak information to us. You need to get on this, bro. You need to get on this,
dude. I've been drunk. Everything is gone. Everything has gone under my house. Could have caught fire. I wouldn't have known about it. Yeah, I've been totally. I've been out of the loop. I'm sticking to the finance side because I have to for work. But I've dropped a lot of the. I've dropped the ball as it pertains to politics and stuff. So what are like the recent things he's dropped that have actually hit?
You're talking about the
QAnon.
People that are already QAnon. This guy's been, he's talking about people that got caught already. They're in Gitmo. That they're moving National Guard that have been activated to go to Gitmo. And I was like, no, man, that's a bunch of horseshit. It can't happen. And all of a sudden, you see the article, and the next day, bro, National Guard that has military police training being shipped out to Guantanamo, 9,000 of them. We will not disclose their names or their faces because they have families here. I'm like, what?
Damn.
Yeah, big flights that were like going out, trying to leave the country, were being turned back and brought in, and whoever was on those flights were taken off and arrested. Eyewitness accounts. The rest of the people were sworn to sign disclosures and this, that, and the other. Unbelievable stuff. Nobody believed this guy QAnon until he took a photo of being right next to Donald Trump. Like, this guy's in the freaking White House.
So like he leaked like a photo that didn't have him in it, but you could see it was a vantage point of Trump that no one's seen before.
Exactly, that you can't find on Google Images. It's in the White House. It is like crazy.
So he's totally anonymous. He's got a couple different ways he leaks info out, and as of right now, he's protected.
Absolutely,
like no one.
Hillary Clinton came to us twice to cut a deal. We said no.
Are they scrambling like a motherfucker to figure out who it is?
Dude, well, whether they are or they're not, the point is he said that the bad guys are on the run, and they are. Like the Clintons, he said that, a month ago the Clintons are going to try to cover their tracks. Now, check this out, bro. The Clintons' house caught on fire, and I confirmed it with third parties that indeed it was the Secret Service who put the fire out before the actual the fire department got there. And there were servers piled to the hilt in that room where the server caught
fire. How convenient.
Yeah. Now check this out. We all know this is what Q was saying, is these people try to cover their tracks. Now here's the funny thing. The Chappaqua is not that far from me. Okay, so the Chappaqua Fire Department came out and said, Well, we have to do a 1041. And a 1041 is basically they have to have the fire marshal now come out and investigate because it's going to be treated like a crime scene.
They got to check. They got to check for arson.
They got to check for arson, which alerted the state and local governments, which alerted the good guys in the government that were monitoring all of them, because now the good guys they've taken control of the NSA. So they're using all the NSA technology to snoop in onto all these characters, right? So the Clinton house fire was on Wednesday. Thursday morning, Jeff Sessions announces that they're reopening officially. The State Department's reopening the investigation into the Clinton emails, and officially that night, the FBI said that they're reopening the investigation into the Clinton Foundation, starting in Little Rock, Arkansas, where their field office is.
Yeah, they would have been better. Well, it reeks like such a fucking smoking.
Bill is supposedly out of the country, and so is Hussein.
Well,
Hussein Obama.
It reeks like such a smoking gun, like bullshit, that they were better off saying someone broke into their house, and the only thing that happened was they took a baseball bat to the servers.
Exactly.
It's like so fun, dude. It's almost funny. I've seen that like Roger Stone is making the rounds lately too, and it's like clearly the quote unquote deep state has had they had their plan. First, we'll try to do this Russia bullshit, and then we'll try to do the 25th Amendment or whatever, try to say he's unfit. And what I read was plan 3 is, all right, we're just gonna have to fucking kill the guy.
Well, good luck with that, because these assholes have lost power. And number one, here's the thing: what Q says, and Q is much more apt to this than Stone is by leaps and bounds. Q said the whole Russia thing was actually started by Trump and Putin himself, because they knew there was nothing there. Yeah, they knew that there was nothing there, that it would bring the characters out of the woodwork. You'd have those who are the closest to the Russian collusion nonsense, those who actually do have Russian collusion. They will be the ones that will be crooning the loudest. And the sure as shit, that's exactly what's happening.
Well, even today, after there's been zero fucking evidence that the Russians had anything to do with WikiLeaks or Podesta, literally after a year and a half of every single fucking Defense Department, whatever government branch you could think of investigating this thing, still zero fucking documentation that it had anything to do. And if you hear a Democratic like congressman or talking head or senator on a Tucker Carlson per se, they make it, they still try to pull it off as axiomatic, like it really did happen. They're like, well, we know Russia hacked the election. Well, no, we don't. Like that's actually been disproven to be a total bullshit. Like it's incredible that they still continue down the path of a narrative that's been provenly false. Only because there's so many mindless fucking zombies that actually believe it. Like because you had so many Washington Post dickheads and New York Times assholes trying to pump it down, and people, Vox or whatever other fucking liberal bullshit, that they're still parroting it. It's incredible. But it's also exciting that. And again, I'll have to dive into this guy further that you're describing.
Dude, yeah.
But if there is an insider dumping shit, that's
here's another thing.
Yeah.
What do you think Trump's like? Yeah, I want Mueller to investigate all my stuff. I want him to do that. And Mueller goes into investigation. All he's doing is fighting Democrats left and right.
Hasn't everything been backfiring on them the last?
Yeah. And it's on purpose. Supposedly, here's the deal: even though Mueller is dirty in the sense with uranium-1, he's got some of his fingerprints on there with uranium-1. From what I'm hearing is that Mueller's been flipped, and the person who flipped him was Mattis. Mattis is what? He's a Marine. And what was Mueller? Mueller's a Marine. Like my buddy told me, he's like, yeah, Mueller's a Marine who did 2 tours in Vietnam and won a Bronze Star. And what do you think about what do you know about Marines? Always loyal. So there is an op, man, and it made sense to me. Why does Trump surround himself with generals?
Oh,
because it's a warfare operation that he's running.
What's your take on all the Bannon bullshit the last like 48 hours?
I don't know. I think it's either fake news or the guy's deranged.
Dude, you're breaking up. I'm not sure if it's me or you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said it's probably fake news.
You think it's just total bull? Like,
Because
yeah.
I mean, think about it. This has been running for a couple of days. Where's Bannon coming out and saying, "Hey, this is bullshit"? How come they're letting it run? Usually, Bannon's a very vocal guy. Have you ever known the guy to shut up?
No. It's been very quiet. That is one thing that's been hard to miss from the headlines, be it Drudge Report or Zero Hedge or whatever. The Bannon shit's been all over the place the last 3-4 days, and
Is it done on purpose?
Yeah, and if he does have. If it's real, he'll be embraced. Bannon will go from being literally fucking Goebbels, the Nazi analogy, to the darling of the liberals. If it was real, you'd see like Rachel Maddow having him on tomorrow or whatever. Like, yeah.
Rachel Maddow will no longer be lesbian if this is true.
Yeah. Of course. Right. No, dude, it's all encouraging stuff. My fear all along was. He was clearly, although I think most things in politics aren't by accident, most things are scripted, like a Kerry and Bush type election or whatever, or Obama and McCain, like the people really had no choice in the matter. They just ram them down your throat. I think from day one, I've thought Trump was not scripted. And they weren't expecting him, and it was a total shock to the system, which it has been. But my fear was that even if you chalk one up for the people actually got their choice in there, that the cancer was so fucking deep and systemic, like we refer all the time to the deep state or whatever, that it would be very, very fucking difficult to weed them all out, because a lot of them, they don't claim to be politically vocal. It's not until these texts come out or you find the source of the leaked memo, or actually they are all in it together. I mean, we've reached the point where even ABC and CNN and NBC, like, they have to acknowledge there are deep state conspiracies going on. I mean,
absolutely.
Like, the text messages don't lie, the emails, like they want everyone to believe, like, oh no, that's just in the movie. No, it's actually like we're seeing it unfold real time. Like, the shit's all real. Like, and the shit, you could call them tinfoil hat all you want. You call them conspiracy theorists all you want. At the end of the day, like, this shit's all coming to fruition to be true. Like, it actually does. There are internal government conspiracies that occur. Shockingly, killing 1 million Iraqis and lying about it wasn't enough. They needed more proof that the government's full of shit. So again, hopefully there is a fucking reckoning. And dude, you put that bitch in jail, I'm telling you, it would be a fucking it would be a tsunami shock to the system. I mean, I would have a hard time believing it's going to happen, because has that ever occurred? Have you ever seen someone that powerful end up in fucking handcuffs?
Right.
I mean, you're talking about a presidential fucking candidate. I mean, top, and first lady at one point, and Secretary of State. Putting that bitch behind bars would, I think, be a shock to the system. I mean, we've seen congressmen go down, and senators go down, and governors go down, but not that level, not her level. That's like different level shit. That doesn't matter if it's fucking a Bush family member or Clinton or Obama. Once you start talking about those fucking, top ranking VP, president, VPs, I mean, those are what we, in my mind anyway, what I thought would have been like the untouchables, so to speak.
Oh, absolutely. I think it'd be a massive morale boost for the country.
Dude, it'd be huge.
Yeah. It would let us know that the freaking laws work.
Well, it would let us know that no one, the way it's intended, this country is supposed to be intended, no one is truly above the law. Like, so regardless of, this isn't a fucking monarchy. I mean, regardless of if you're a citizen of this country, the laws still apply to you. I mean, they should anyway. But myself included, there's so many of us have gotten so pessimistic over the years, just observing all this fucking filth get away with everything, that it's just like, you're like, all right, fuck it. I get it now. There's a select handful of people in this country that can do literally whatever the fuck they want. Right. And it would be very refreshing to me, even in my hungover state, to realize that that's not the case. Like, okay, no one is above the fucking law. You know, and that'd be a wonderful win for the country.
Yeah, it definitely would, man. It definitely would, and it'll let again, it'll be a massive morale boost, man. Because so many times we've seen these idiots get away with murder, and it's like it always felt like for the longest time living in America, there are two sets of laws for the rest of us, who are the plebeians, and then the laws for them, and they're above the law. So this is good. This is a very good thing, and things going to send a big message. And I think. One of the things that Hughes says is the dismantling. He talks about the triangle. He said that one arm of the triangle has been dismantled and it's gone. And he asked the question, where's Soros? Where's Tony Podesta? These guys have all been like neutralized in the sense that they're like Soros. The last time he was active on Twitter was like sometime in November. Right? Nobody's heard from this guy. He's gone. He's not even around. From what I heard also is that his son's was on a plane. That plane, all of a sudden, you got F-18 Hornets showing up on each wing, and he's getting a military escort on the way back with shoot-down orders.
Bro,
think about it. The airports that were going down left and right, like all of a sudden, Atlanta airport blackout for like 9 hours. The passport system goes down.
Bro, I'm getting real bad audio from you. I'm not sure. If CJ.
I've been having like internet issues all day because of the weather over here.
I wasn't sure if it was my end or if CJ's hearing the same thing.
It's probably me. Let me do a quick speed test. Go ahead. You continue to talk to us. Go ahead, man.
CJ, are you hearing the same audio?
Yeah, he's got V is coming across fine on my end. So
okay, it might be my internet issue. Never mind. It's probably me then. Apologies, dude. Apologies.
It's okay. I was just doing a speed test right now. My connection is legit. It seems pretty good. But go ahead, buddy.
No, I like I said, it's all positive and excellent. It's been great news on the political front. Although I've kind of, like I said, I've pulled away from it the last, I don't know, couple months, only because we've been so fucking busy and everything else, and I've been trying to focus on the economics. And dude, for a long time, I mean, every time I dive in head first, dude, I literally get so fucking pissed and so depressed and so like, because it's just again, it doesn't matter if it's fucking Star Wars or even watching CNN for fucking 10 minutes.
Speaking of Star Wars, did you see the latest one?
Dude, me and CJ did an entire episode on it. Yeah, well, over the holiday. Dude, yeah, it was. Oh, man. Have you seen it yet?
No.
Yeah. You go. I'll tell you what, bro. Go see it in the next week, and you tell me what you think next week.
Did you like it, yay or nay?
Dude, it is the worst fucking movie of all time.
Oh my god, no! Dude, they made it to an SJW love fest.
Dude, you have no idea. It's worse than SJW. They even fucking neuter the black dude. It literally, dude, I'm telling you, it's like,
how are you going to neuter the black man?
Dude, because it's not even SJW. It's feminist propaganda. It's like utter. It's like bad. Dude, every woman in it is like either the lead is Mary Sue, like she's like stronger than Yoda. She's been studying the Force for 3 hours.
Oh my god, no,
dude! All of it. It's like angry. It's like all the leadership of La Resistance is like angry mothers. It's fucking just you got to go see it, dude. You'll see. There's every guy in it is either a pussy, incompetent, a whiner, weak, evil. Like there's no like heroic male archetype at all. Across the board, everyone was. They made the men, every man in the movie, seem emotionally unstable or weak or evil, and every woman is like pure and strong and smart and good. It's such.
I knew something was weird when I saw The Force Awakens, and then Rey like figures out how to fly the Millennium Falcon in like 2 seconds.
Dude, it's 10 times worse. It's 10 times worse than that.
No,
she's had like 1 day of training, and she like kicks Luke's ass. It's fucking insane. Like
god,
yeah, you gotta. It literally is gonna make you cringe for 2 straight hours.
I can't.
It's worth it. It's worth it to see that they haven't given up in their mission to it's such a blatant attempt to take anyone,
and that's why it bombed in the box office, man. Right?
Well, dude, the discrepancy in the critic ratings, like, so all the soy boy liberal critics gave it like a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience rating is like 50%. Like, so the audience is like, this is even people who aren't fucking red pilled are like, this is such fucking feminist propaganda. Like, it's so painfully feminist. It's like, wow. They couldn't make it. Yeah, they couldn't make it, dude. You gotta. I'm telling you, if you get a chance, go see it, because you'll be floored. You'll be floored. It's and me and CJ already were fucking talking about it for great detail, so I don't want to like rehash an old episode, but you check it out, dude. Check it out. It's fucking
all right. I definitely will.
It's incredible.
God, that's horrible. That's terrible. But is there anything sacred anymore, Gus?
Dude,
I mean, do they have to just ruin everything? I mean, they ruined everything. I can't even watch football anymore.
No, dude. Everything they touch from a cultural perspective, even if they're getting their ass kicked economically and politically, which they are the last year, you can't argue. Like the Dow's at 25,000. Like, they're like, all right, shut the fuck up. Maybe this is working. Like, so even the economic and political, when they still infiltrate the culture. The culture thing is never going away. That's been their plan for 50 fucking years, and it's only gotten ramped up. But that's, I mean, I that's why I've tried to pull away from it the last 2 or 3 months, because it makes me so fucking mad and so negative. But the problem is, dude, even when you pull away, it's always in your fucking face. Like, so I go to watch something from my childhood that I've loved since I was fucking 3-4 years old.
Right.
Yeah, and they've brainwashed that. So the next generation of kids, like, Will's kids or your kids, like, they're gonna go to the movie, and they're like, oh, I guess that's the way it is. Girls just kick boys' asses all the time. Like, I guess that's
all the time.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, okay.
It's like what Mike Tyson says. Everybody has a plan until they get hit.
Until they get
because things have changed, man. If you see it on YouTube, there's this thing about guys hitting girls back. And it's all these girls who are like talking mad junk. They're acting masculine until they step up to a dude, and the dude's like, "Okay, you want to hit me? You want to bow up to me? You want to act like a dude? I'm gonna treat you like a dude." And all of a sudden, the guy hits them back, and they're like, they're on the floor, barely moving.
Well, let me, dude. Speaking as a single man, even to take a case study. Like, I was just in Vegas for 3 days, right, over New Year's. So we socialize quite a bit, blah, blah, blah. You meet groups of girls at the bar, at the table, whatever. It doesn't matter. Once first of all, you could size someone up politically in a couple, usually just by the way if they have blue hair, it doesn't take a long time for me to figure it out. But there's a cycle where eventually, like, especially from a woman's perspective, dude, the tragedy is that they don't, and this is why I feel so bad for women who buy into the whole liberal bullshit, is you have to acknowledge the biology of it and how long they could reproduce for. So if you're too brainwashed by that whole feminist, liberal, strong woman thing, your window to have kids eventually ends. So if you let that cancerous ideology fucking brainwash you too long, it's gone. Like, there's no going back. You can't go from 45 to 28 again. It's like fucking gone. No. Where I could reproduce until 5 minutes before my fucking deathbed. Yeah. Like, if a woman buys into the whole Sex in the City, be a whore till you're 80 thing, like, you eventually your doctor is going to have a conversation with you and be like, yeah, that's over.
You have what's called your sexuality index, man. You're going to be hitting that the proverbial wall, real soon.
Well, dude, listen, man, I'm a 40-year-old man. I date women in their 20s. I date women in their 30s. I've dated women in their 40s, and you could tell the sense of urgency. And this is not to stereotype anyone, or not to stereotype women. I adore women, but going out with a girl who is 34 to 36, there's a sense of urgency there. Like, where you're wondering, like, is she going to poke holes in condoms on date 3? Like, well, because she bought, and some of them have very compelling stories, like they dated an abusive asshole, or they were, I mean, so there's that, but like, when if they've been brainwashed by the whole feminist power thing, get a job in marketing for 20 years, you don't need a man, like, so you buy into that bullshit, and then you wake up one day, you're like, oh fuck, I can only have kids for 2 or 3 more years. Like, well, I mean, it sucks, but because they got conned, they got hustled. I mean, so there's no going back. That's why there's like such a danger when you're brainwashing these young girls, like you're brainwashing teenagers, and and again, a lot of the feminist types, like their jobs are so fucking meaningless. It's like, I'm a marketing consultant for fucking Vox. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Vox, the greatest collection of soy boys ever.
Dude, it's so bad. And again, I feel awful about it, but you could tell. The dating a 26 to 32-year-old is a lot different than dating a 32 to 36-year-old is a lot different than dating a woman who's 40 plus. So it's interesting, but the culture war is never going to stop. That's their bread and butter. That's what they've been doing.
The only way it stops is when an aggressive force from the outset comes in, and then the stupid libtards and the damn feminists realize, oh, we need men to protect us, like what they're starting to realize in Europe, man.
Well, dude, at the end of the day, I don't care how much propaganda. Honestly, I don't care how much propaganda they pump them full of with. A woman will always be attracted to a fucking alpha.
Absolutely. Like, it's just, you cannot undo, hundreds of thousands of years of genetic engineering, bro.
No, I'm telling you, even I have never like dated a serious feminist, but like not to be too perverted, but I have certainly slept with them, and it usually starts with some sort of confrontation, but after a couple drinks and an hour or two, she's like, you know what, this fucking this guy won't back down. It kind of fucking turns me on. So yeah, I mean, they're at the end of the day, it's not a bad thing to admit. Like, we have our gender roles. It's like, right. I'm supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do that. I'm trying to do it well, and you're the nurturer and the nice one and empathetic and the kids, and I mean, so. I don't know. The fact they've tried to overcomplicate that, or what they do is they try to convince women that's weakness.
It's like, stupid. And it's the greatest strength that they have.
Yeah, dude.
Soft.
Yeah. Yes, that's a wonderful trait. I mean, that's nurturing and loving, and
it makes men want to go out and conquer worlds for that, bro.
Dude, it's a wonderful thing, but they've tried to dilute. They've tried to dilute that strength into saying you're weak. It means you're not strong, and that you're dumb, and that you're this and that you're that. And meanwhile, the chick who's had a meaningless job is like suicidal and taking pills So it's like it's a damn shame, dude. I'm telling you, that show, Sex and the City, did more, dude. It did more to fucking brainwash a generation than any other propaganda they come up with. Like, the show, it's about three hookers and their mother. I think they called it on Family Guy. It's because it's fucking true. Yeah. But yeah, dude, the culture thing is important. But so as awesome as it is to the political wins, we're clearly winning economically. I mean, that's why I had such a good. That's why I let the booze get away from me, I think, over the holidays and New Year's, because it's just been. What a fucking year, dude. I mean, and 2018 is going to be a fucking rock star year too. And I mean, it's all good stuff. And you guys have so much exciting stuff on the fucking horizon too.
Oh, dude, it's going to be monstrous what we are working on, what we're going to unleash upon the world. Eye has not seen, nor ear has heard, nor has it entered into the hearts of those what the gorilla is about to unleash.
Are you keeping on the DL for the big reveal?
I'm keeping on the DL.
I like it. I like it.
I'm bringing it all together.
When it's all done, then you drop the big bomb. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Then we drop the bomb, unleash it on the world, and work with all of our partners and all the people, everybody, like guys like you, your organization, putting this whole thing to the forefront and make it an amazing place for people to basically contribute to their futures. Change the world, so to speak, but in a great and decentralized way.
One of the, and I don't know if you could speak to this or you think I'm crazy or you agree with it or disagree with it, but for a long time I thought starting a business was the hardest thing, and I still do think I still do think it was very hard. But now, as I've been involved with one for 5-6 years, the more difficulty becomes in scalability. Like,
oh yeah, man.
How to take it to the next level, how to grow it. And it's because when you get into a routine of comfort and things are going really well and you don't want to fuck anything up and whatever. So growth is always a bitch, and thinking bigger is always a bitch. But it sometimes you got to think big to take that next fucking step. Like, it's great and having security is great, but it's not bad to think bigger and try to scale. It's scary. It's even as an entrepreneur, you're like, it's kind of. I'm risk averse by nature, so I'm like, oh, that's a big undertaking.
Are you really? You would never strike me as somebody who's risk averse,
dude. Not totally, but I always, in the back of my mind, I'm always like, God, I hate kicking myself in the ass if sometimes I'm like, you should have been smart enough to see that loss coming. So what happens is losses or bad business moves bother me so much to the extent of like, that could never happen. They put such a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, it's kind of like dating redhead strippers. It's like you do it once and you're like, that's never fucking happening again. So it's
doing the ginger thing.
No, dude, I'll jump on risk, but when you start talking about like undertaking, like big undertakings that are exciting and huge, sometimes it's a lot to swallow, and even for guys who have made shit succeed, it becomes slightly intimidating. But you have to get over that hump if you're going to take the fucking next level, dude.
And the only way to do it, man, is what I've learned is partnering up with the right people.
Dude,
partnering up with the same vision. Nobody's out to screw anybody. All the agreements are there, and you got nothing to do but just kick back and do your responsibility. Basically,
Yeah, relationships are very important.
Everything, man.
Yeah, the people you surround yourself with are very important. No fucking doubt. And you're absolutely right. It's at the end of the day, it's like people, and that's one of the things that excites me most about like the whole sector last year on the crypto side and our whole movement. There have been.
Hey, speaking of cryptos, how do you like the fact that the CEO of Ripple is worth more than Mark Zuckerberg now?
Dude, how incredible is that?
And Mark Zuckerberg, I hate Mark Zuckerberg. Doesn't he have like the most punchable face?
Dude, he just posted something yesterday about cryptos as well. Yeah. Zuckerberg, he has like his annual atomic wedgie post or whatever. Dude, you know that motherfucker still has Winklevoss fucking nightmares about atomic.
Of course he does. The Winklevoss twins are about to eat his lunch, bro.
They fucking, he definitely still has nightmares from childhood. There's no fucking doubt. The
Winklevoss you got two guys who are alphas.
Oh yeah.
Bitch stole the whole idea from them. And ran with it.
And I love how well they've done in the crypto space. I think that's fucking awesome. Again, they're a bit too much pro regulation for me, but still, you can't. I don't have to agree with someone fully. Zuckerberg is such a fucking globalist that. No, dude, the Ripple news made my mouth drop. I couldn't fucking believe it.
Yep.
Is that? I honestly, full disclosure, I haven't dove into that fucking coin yet. But I see a lot of people in our space call it like the bankster coin. Because
people calling it the bankster. It's a platform, man. That's all it is. I mean, you got a lot of banks in Asia. You have like I think 30 or 50 banks in Asia that have really signed up to it. It's a platform. But my point is this. Here's the deal. I told people to get in at 19 cents. I got a buddy of mine, his doctor friend. He bought like 10 grand worth of Ripple.
Jesus Christ.
He's crushing it right now. Do you think he cares the bankster coin?
No.
Or does he care that he's going to cash out his Ripple and make a killing?
Yeah.
Be pragmatic.
It's market capped past Ethereum. Like it's incredible. Yeah. Incredible. So yeah, that's what I kind of heard briefly. It's used for they're trying to replace like the Swift system, and it's used for bank transmissions. Yeah, I don't think it's a. I don't necessarily know enough about it to say that, but I see a lot of the guys on our side are like, it's banks or coins. I'm like, I don't know.
My question is, here's the question: here's the multi-trillion-dollar question. Why is it Asian banks are jumping all over it? Who's the big driver behind Ripple? AIIB.
Really?
Yes.
They're the ones who
want it.
I didn't know that.
Yes. They want it because it's going to fit nicely with the crypto yuan or crypto rubles, the crypto wands, the crypto bots, the crypto rupees.
Dude, it's the space is growing so fast. My greatest trouble with it is tracking all of it. Meaning, like, it's hard to do diligence on 50 fucking coins in a week. Like, so knowing what the coin's use case is, the management team, do they have a working product, or is it just a fucking white paper? Like, so it's kind of like trying to trade, 10 or 60 stocks. So yeah, you go on recommendations from people we follow and we talk to and stuff, and then you dive in yourself, do your own due diligence on it. But that's why I kind of ignored Ripple the last year. It was like I was so busy focusing on 20 other fucking coins that I kind of like let Ripple pass me by. Which it was, and like you said, dude, in hindsight, it's my bad. Whatever it's, how many baggers has it fucking eclipsed the last 12 months? Dude, it's exciting, man. Even
the next one up is going to be Tron, man. Watch out for Tron. That's going to be a platform for the entertainment industry, decentralized.
I saw a couple. There's a couple YouTubers I follow that just do crypto that are really good, and they laid out like 5. I wrote down that I have to like research this week. Dude, what's insane is I've had buddies who just got involved, like guys who aren't even that red pilled, and they've gotten involved in like the last buddies from back home that I've known since for 30. I stood up at their fucking weddings, but even they've made a killing like the last 4 or 5 months. Like maybe this is the beginning, dude. Like everyone's like waiting for this big pullback or crash, but maybe this is not like, maybe this is 95, not 2001, where we got a long.
Dude, I'm glad you said it's 95. That's when my partner Matt said the same thing. He goes, you know what? This is like 1995. This is the next tech boom. This is the next major internet boom. This is the next technology, man.
Dude, it's almost, we've almost reached a point where it's hard not to make money. Like it's insane to say. Maybe it shouldn't be this easy, but it kind of feels the same way 95 did. From I was still in college, but having studied it, like where you're almost disappointed if your coin in a quarter, you're almost like disappointed if your coin has only doubled. Like, could you imagine saying that about like a regular stock? Traded on because your financial advisor is trying to convince you like 6% in 1 year was really good. Where like we're at a point now, like if your coin doesn't like quadruple in a quarter, you're like disappointed. You're like, why is this thing why is this thing only up 180% this quarter?
Yeah, exactly.
It's insane. Like the 50 market cap, the movement. If you look at like 1 month, 3 months, 6 month charts on the 50 biggest, and I'm not even talking about the smaller ones that you could go 100 baggers on. Just we're talking about big market caps, and they're still going 10x. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, telling people to proceed with cautions who haven't played in this game before. But again, my boys who've only been in 3 or 4 months and kind of don't know what the fuck they're doing, they're 5xing in a quarter. It's like, so, dude. But why I even brought this up is it's exciting that guys in our space are starting to achieve serious wealth levels.
Yes.
That's a good thing. People who are libertarian leaning, watching people get wealthy and that are politically aligned with you is a very positive thing. Because it's just going to make them create their own companies. It's going to make them become more politically influential, liberty loving, etc. That you don't want the commies and the neocons that being the only ones with money. You want more libertarians with cash, so to speak. So yeah, it's dude, it's exciting. It's all economically been awesome news for the last year.
Yeah, man, I agree wholeheartedly, man. I absolutely love what's happening. I think it's if anybody's thinking that a time to start a business, now's the time to do it.
Dude, 100%. And there's so many businesses you could start around the space. It doesn't. You don't have to necessarily fucking go create a coin to try to become a billionaire. You could. Doesn't matter if it's mining or accepting the coins, or there's so many use cases around the entire sector that there's a lot of opportunities. If you're willing to work hard, you got a little bit of capital, and you have a solid head on your shoulders. There's money to be made in the sector. Like I said, I think the 95 analogy is a good idea. I think there's, for the next 5 to 10 years, many fortunes are going to be made in this. Dude, he just packed Zuckerberg. I mean, how old is Ripple even? I mean, a few years old. Like, what has it been around for? A couple years? I mean,
2-3 years, something like that. If that,
dude, it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I love it. I absolutely love it, man.
And yeah, if you get a chance, check out Zuck, check out Zuck's post on his his annual New Year's post. It's pretty funny.
Jerk. He's such a turd. Oh god, I got like relatives who worship the guy, like think he's like a genius. I want to punch them in the face too. So it's just what it is.
Well, they always put like their globalist buddy. I mean, he's a total like just deep state scumbag. Like
he's a no talent hack, bro. That's all he is.
Well, dude,
boy running around.
Well, dude, at the end of the day, it's not only that I hate his politics and personality. At the end of the day, he is running a spy grid for the government. I mean, that's
exactly.
Yeah, he's a total fucking piece of shit.
Totally.
And I'm 50% sure he's a robot.
Yeah.
or an alien.
just a weird looking beta cuck. That's what he is.
Oh, dude, no, it's disgusting. I don't know if you guys use it a lot for business or whatever. I mean,
no,
we have one, but we really don't utilize it.
But we use it for business, but I don't have a personal one.
Dude, the amount of harm that fucking platform has done to people, like their personal lives and it's incredible. I mean, it
makes me cringe when people put their kids' pictures and stuff on it.
Dude, they're
what are you doing?
Well, and some parents will like set up accounts for their kids when their kids are like 4 and shit. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And you go and you observe like a family eating fucking dinner, and everyone's like fucking posting and has their Facebook photo. Like no one's even fucking communicating anymore. And dude, a lot of these fucking kids, they'll put shit like that's so fucking stupid. Like I mean, mind you, I come up here and talk about fucking strippers and cocktails in Vegas, but to haven't even entered the job force, and they're gonna have to go apply for jobs one day, and they're posting themselves doing drugs at fucking 15. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like once it's out there, dude, it's out there forever. Like there's no pulling it back. So I don't know. I'm not one for. I mean, I think maybe it comes down to a parental issue. Like parents gotta watch or minimize the fuck ups their kids could, the permanent fuck ups kids could do for the rest of their lives when they're 14 and 15 by posting dick pics online. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's so stupid, man. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's a bad platform. Like I said, he's a globalist. They use it for a spy grid, and people ruin their lives. I don't know if you heard this story. They had the balls like a couple months ago to try to get people to send Facebook their nude pics.
Oh yeah. Like, so this way they can counter revenge porn.
Yeah. Trust us Palo Alto geeks with not jerking off to your pics. And we'll take care of you. If anyone ever puts out a sex tape, we'll take it down right away for you. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, and dude, the travesty is there's probably people that are fucking dumb enough that did it.
Yeah.
Like, here's you go, Zuck.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Zuck.
here's my wife naked, Zuck.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking idiots. Like, it's painful, dude. It's painful to yeah. Whatever though, fuck him. Go Ripple, exactly. I guess.
Go Ripple.
What is CJ? Are you still there?
Yo,
Did you see the Sessions thing about the weed?
CJ was
yeah, we
enraged.
talked about that today.
What's up?
CJ was enraged. I had to calm him down. I sent him I had to FedEx him expedited cerveza. He's right now on Jack. He's doing an IV drip of Jack.
Jack.
Just to keep him calm.
I think Jack and nibbling on some cheddar or Munster.
Well, what he was doing earlier, he had his AK-47 out. He had a whole cardboard cutout of Sessions, and he was unloading.
How does this fucking play out? So the way I read it is, does each federal prosecutor kind of have discretion? Like, if we feel like it, we could arrest people for it, even in states where it's legal.
If they have the funds, to do so. I mean, most states that have passed legalization efforts have already stated, whether they were Republican or Democrats, have said everything's going to remain the same. Nothing's changing. So I think in those states that haven't legalized, they could have a little bit more of a challenge with the legislatures saying, hey, this is on the federal level. But I think the pressure is going to mount on to do something. And I think that would force the change that's needed right now, because all this in this state, you can do this for this condition. And oh, by the way, it's in government hands right now. So we need $150,000 for you to grow 2 plants, all that crap. The sooner that they get the cannabis industry out of the government, the better. So unschedule it and completely decriminalize it and force the federal government to do something like that.
So you, if I'm understanding you correctly, you think it's to slow down new states from hopping on board as opposed to fuck with states that's already passed in?
Yeah, I don't think the new states are the states that already have existing laws. I don't think nothing's going to happen. I think everything will remain the same. For the states that have not legalized, they're going to have a little bit of an uphill battle, knowing that is the guidance given by the Attorney General of the country, because the states level AGs, which they don't have the ability to pass any laws. It's the legislature that decides to do that.
Yeah,
the legislature's pressure from the AG's office with their guidance and their stance saying, well, it's against the law nationally, you can't do this. So it messes up a lot, that's for sure.
Yeah, dude, we've talked about it before. It's one of the places that Sessions really fucking irks me. It's the weed thing and the civil asset forfeiture thing really fucking bothers me about him.
It really does.
Because he's aligned well on so many other fronts, except for those 2 fronts they're so anti-liberty and so anti-freedom. It's like, especially the civil asset forfeiture, and the weed thing's the same thing. I mean, that's
his evangelical Christian background, dude. That's like stuck in the 1950s, bro.
Well, the fact that he doesn't, I mean, it's such an anti-self ownership argument. I mean, we're not saying you put it in fucking people's drinking water, but it's just like let people do what the fuck they want. I mean, and the civil asset forfeiture upsets me even more than that. Like that's like it's steal my shit, ask questions later. I mean, it's absurd. It's literally theft. It's government theft, and it destroys any. I mean, the number of things that you go back to arguing it's anti-Magna Carta, like it's fucking absurd.
It is.
So yeah, I don't know how they're so off on those 2 fucking points, dude. And I think the average person, Republican or Democrat, is more on our side on those 2 things. Like, how can the government just start taking your things and talk about it later? Like, or the weed. I mean, the weed thing. What is it? Well,
every single poll has shown the majority of Americans, 64% of Americans want.
Yeah, I mean, that ship is. It's like the gay marriage thing. Like, that ship has fucking sailed. Like it's people want to be left. People want to be able to smoke weed if they want. I mean, and it's. Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe it is the evangelical fucking neocon thing in them. Who the fuck knows?
Well, here's the other thing, man. It's let's just the problem with this federal law is this. Let's just say overnight tonight, all 50 states passed legislation to legalize marijuana, and they all legalized it. The problem with this federal law is that even if all 50 states were legalized, it prohibits interstate commerce, because who regulates interstate commerce?
The Fed.
Exactly. So there's no way, if I was a buyer of cannabis in New York and I saw a cheaper price in Jersey, I can't get it. I can't get it. This is like so, and that's just one detriment to it. It's just the stupidest, most arcane. It's evil, man. It's disgusting. It's tyrannical. It's like Nazi-ish.
Yeah, and I would have once the public came on board with our side. Honestly, I thought that, and I still kind of believe this. I thought the government was basically okay with anything they could tax. Doesn't matter if it's fucking gambling, cryptocurrency, prostitution, drug. As long as the government's getting their cut, they don't give a fuck. Especially if public opinion's on their side. And honestly, if the public, if you saw the polls swing and they're like, heroin's okay tomorrow, 60%, prostitution's okay tomorrow, gambling's okay tomorrow, like I think the government would flip on all of it. They're like, sure, as long as we get taxed at 50%, we don't give a fuck. Because I just think that's the way politicians are. They're like steal by force. But that's why I don't understand the weed thing, why they're still fighting it. It's fucking, the public's on the side. They figured out they could fucking tax it. I mean, God knows how much fucking money Colorado's made the last fucking couple years. It's
but it's not righteousness, Gus.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me. But again, that's why I'm not a politician.
Not right. It's want to be able to legislate righteousness.
Let the Lord in.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Like I said, it's a damn shame because I think that's going to, those two things are things that bother me, and I think they bother a lot of people. So I don't, as we get closer to the 2020 election, etc. Like you don't want to be alienated. You don't want to be alienating all weed smokers. Like I don't think that's a good idea.
Yes.
Well, even with the midterms, it's going to have ramifications. I truly feel that if Trump doesn't move on that they could lose a couple of Senate seats.
Yep.
And you know what happens then?
Yep.
Dude, couldn't agree more. The public. Yeah, the public is way against him on it, and it's not conspiratorial. It's not. We're not talking about Putin. Where it's like the people just want to smoke weed, dude. And guess what? It's none of your business.
Yeah,
we'll see, bro. We'll see. Hopefully he fucking pivots on it, man. Hopefully he pivots or puts Sessions in his place.
That's it. Gus, we're down to the last minute of the program. Why don't you give out your website and how people can follow you, and about Perpetual Assets, sir? Go for it.
Perpetual Google or search engine Perpetual. Still working on those linguistics. Search engine Perpetual Assets. Put it in your URL, perpetualassets.com. We do retirement accounts. Doesn't matter if you want to invest, take your retirement account and invest in crypto or metal or barrel of whatever. We set up retirement accounts where clients are completely in control and can invest in almost anything they want. So yeah, check us out online. Google us, give us a call, whatever. Perpetual Assets.
Awesome. And with that being said, I am the hairy gorilla. He is Gustavo, and we have CJ, aka El Cuco, working the airwaves. We're over and out. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, like and share. This way you're alerted to the next time when it's time to cuss with Gus. We're over and out. Take it away, CJ.